Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a simple animation in Procreate Dreams, so stick around. Okay, we're back and here we are. Let's move on over to Procreate. I'll show you what I've got going on right here. So I have got a little sushi character here. We've got a background, we've got a shadow, which are on their own layers. We have the sushi rice and the face. The salmon, you can see, is on its own layer too, because they're going to be separated. Inside here we have a couple of sets of eyes and a couple of mouths. And as far as the rice, that's just it. That's all there is to it. So pretty simple today. If you are interested in getting these assets, all you got to do is go over to my Patreon page, which I will put on the screen. Where is it? Over here? Over here? Down there. Right now, and you can go check it out. It's a 1-month fee of $5, which is very cheap, less than Starbucks, I guess. And it contains all of the assets for both of my YouTube channels, the painting one and also the digital art one. So it's a bargain. Go check it out. So the first thing I'm going to do is go on over to Procreate Dreams. Here we are, and we're going to click on the little plus right there in the top right corner. Here is all of the screen sizes you might wish to use. I am going to use this ultra widescreen, or not ultra is that one. This widescreen one, and just going to make it empty. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is click on the title right there, which is going to be Dream and a number. Unless you've renamed it to something else, that's what it's going to be. Click on the little star right there, which is the top one. We're going to change our frames per second to 12. And my duration is probably going to be no more than 7 seconds. So I'm going to put it at 7. So you can see we got a minute. So we need to click on the little minute mark right there and hit the backspace to get rid of that. And that should be it. 12 frames per second, 7-second animation in 1920 by 1080 HD. Hit done. And we are ready to go. All right, so the first thing we need to do is bring our Procreate files over into Procreate Dreams. Now there's a couple ways you can do that. You can either import them, but I find it much easier to go over to Procreate, go into gallery mode here, and then click on it until you can move it around, but don't pick up your finger. Get out of Procreate and go into Dreams, and then what we're going to do is just drop it in just like that, and it automatically imports it in for us. Now the background of Procreate Dreams and the art for Procreate is exactly the same dimensions, which sometimes it's very difficult to get it just perfectly aligned, as you can see, without having little white edges. So what I like to do is just grab a corner, upsize it just a bit, and then it won't really matter. So I'm going to kind of place him about in the middle. That should be good. Alright, so you can see here is our 7 seconds, out to right there at 7 seconds. But right now it's just a picture file, so if we was to push play, it's not going to do nothing because pictures don't move. But that's what we need to do to it. So the first thing what you're going to do is long press on your file here and go into convert layers to tracks. So that's going to do is it's going to create a group now. And then if we open that group by pushing on that little arrow right there beside it, now you can see all of our layers that we had over in Procreate is now over in Procreate Dreams, including all of the groups and everything that I had before. So let's see, what shall we do first? We're going to have this little guy jump up in the air, and I think probably going to have the salmon separate from it. So I think for the first thing, I'm just going to do the rice part. So what I'm going to do for the time being, I'm going to turn off that salmon part. So if you just click on the little check mark right there, it'll take that out. So we're going to go over to the rice, and the eyes and everything's going to move together at first. So we're going to click on the little clacker right there. I'm going to do a move and a move and scale. All right. So we're going to leave it just like it is. We're not going to change the position of it at all because we want him to sit there for a bit when the video starts. So he's just going to be looking at us. All right, and then I'm going to have him blink a couple of times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up our group right here, and we're going to go into the eyes, which are right here. So he's going to sit there for a second, and then he's going to blink a couple of quick times. Now, I have a way I like to do that. I've shown it before, but I'll show you guys again. So we're going to click on the plus here, which is going to create a new track right above the eye track here. And we're going to choose our white color, which is right there. First, I need to go into drawing mode. If you click on the little squiggly line right there, that's going to put us in the drawing mode. I'm going to click that white right there, and you choose the white just like you do in Procreate if you're familiar with Procreate. All right, and then what I like to do is, so we're going to draw over the eyes. I don't know what brush I got. I got a monoline, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is just draw through it. And I want it to be really quick. So I'm going to do it only in two frames. I'm going to get rid of them all. And they're going to pop back open. Let me see what that looks like. Get out of drawing mode. Yeah, that's great. So I'm really happy the way that turned out. So I think half was a good idea, and then let them pop back open again. Yeah. All right, and we're gonna have him do it one more time. So you can either do it again, or, which is maybe even easier, is if you hold down on one of these and hit duplicate. So I'm going to put it right next to it, so you need to move it over where you want it. And then we're going to duplicate this one too. And we're going to take him, I'm going to put him over here. And we're going to take that one and put it back up against there. It separates them because when it duplicates it, it puts it right next to it. So now we should have a couple of blinks. Bloop, bloop, okay? I think I want it that a little bit closer, so I'm going to hold down on this and drag it over a little bit closer. Let's see now. Yeah, that's better. Okay? Because we don't want the animation to like just go on for a long time without anything really happening too much. So blink a couple of times, okay? And then his mouth's going to change and his eyes are going to change, okay? So what we're going to do is I am going to, let's see, how can I do this? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split. So if you have the clacker right there and you click on it and you hit edit, you can split that track right there. So we have the eyes here, and we have the eyes there, which are not changed at all, but we're going to make them change. So we're going to create a move and move in scale right there, and then I'm going to come over just a bit. We'll judge this, and then we're going to have it shrink like that. So shrink. Alright, and then we're going to go to those other eyes, which are up here. And let's turn those on and see what they look like. Alright, so you see how they come in? If I would have done both eyes on separate tracks, it wouldn't have done this. We could have kept them in the same position. But that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to move these smaller ones. So let's see where. Let's split. Edit, split. We'll split that track up there. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it off right here. Alright, so I'm going to go back up to those other eyes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make those move and scale. Actually, I need to move that over a little bit. Move it over a little bit. And then we're going to have those start off small. So I'm going to about right there. So I'm going to have them kind of right in the center. And then when these guys start to go down, we're going to have these go up. So about right there. All right, so let's see what happens. All right, so what we need to do is we need to make them go out and in at the same time. So right here. So if you're enjoying the content, I have a small favor to ask that makes a huge difference. Subscribing to my channel is like giving a virtual high five, and it means the world to me. When you hit that subscribe button, you're not just supporting the channel, you're joining an incredible community of awesome people who love art just as much as you do. Imagine being part of something bigger where every view, like, and comment helps us grow and reach more awesome folks just like you. Plus, subscribing is super easy. It's just one click, but that one click has a ripple effect, helping me create more content, bringing new ideas to life, and spreading positivity all around. And hey, in the spirit of kindness, how about this? Subscribe and then go out and do something nice for someone today. Hold the door open for a stranger, leave a kind note for a coworker, or simply smile at someone who looks like they need it. Let's make the world a bit brighter together. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and let's make amazing things happen. Thank you for your support. You're the reason this channel exists. I'm going to go up to those eyes and edit and split it. And I'm going to turn off that one. Let's see what that looks like now. They kind of jump now, which I don't like too much. Let's see, what else can I do? Maybe we'll undo, so two-finger undo. Two-finger undo. Undo, 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 undo until that takes those little ones back to where their original position was. So maybe what I'll do is I'll fade them in. So let's start right here and let's do a filter and an opacity. And let's take the opacity all the way down. And then maybe right here we'll have them come all the way up. So let's see what that looks like. No, I don't like that either. Okay, so maybe right here I'm going to do another type of keyframe. So right here you can see we have a fade in and fade out keyframe, but I want to move and scale one too. So we're going to start maybe right here. I'm going to move and scale. And we're going to maybe bring him out. No, we're going to need to bring him in actually. So I want him to kind of be in the same position as those big eyes were. So maybe right there. A little bit more. Maybe down a little bit. Yeah, right there. And then from here, let's see. Yeah, they kind of would be hidden, so that's fine. And then from here to maybe here, now they're going to get big again where they were in their original position. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's great. That's perfect. Okay. All right, and then we want to animate the mouth also. So when the eyes change, the mouth is going to change also. So let's go to where the mouth is at. So it's right here. All right, so I think what we can do with the mouth is to make things simpler is to just automatically switch it. So when the eyes change, so about right there, we're going to edit and split it. And then we're going to go to the other mouth and we're going to edit and split it. And then we're going to turn off that one and turn on this one. We might need to do a move and scale too to put it in the right position. So right there. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Yep, that's what we want. Okay, that's good. All right, so then let's get out of all this group now. So I'm going to close that group up again, which is the sushi rice face. And now we're going to make him jump. So remember, we set that original move keyframe right there at the beginning that stays in the same position. So after he does that little blink, and then he smiles. So right after he smiles, and then the eyes get big again. So probably about right there, we're going to make him jump. So we're going to set another keyframe, but we're not going to move it. Remember, if we did, it would gradually move to there. So we want it to stay just where it's at. But now he's going to jump up in the air. All right? And the jump is going to be kind of quick. So about right there. And he's going to hang up there for a little bit. So we're going to come over just a little bit and set another keyframe. Just want to have him come down just a bit. All right, and then he's going to drop. So gravity's going to take effect and he's going to come right back down. So then we're going to drop it all the way down. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yep, that's what I wanted. So peak of the jump, slows down, and then he drops again. Okay, it's perfect. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to move our shadow. So when he jumps up in the air, our shadow needs to get smaller. So let's close this. Actually, it's already closed. Let's just go to the shadow. And then right here, we're going to set a move and scale. All right, and then the peak of the jump right there, it's going to get smaller. And then as it comes back down to there, I'm going to set another keyframe. We're going to put it back where it's big again. See what that was like. Yep, perfect. All right, so that part's done. All right, now we need to do the salmon. So the salmon is going to jump up also with him, but it's going to go higher because it's maybe lighter. Maybe that's why. Okay, so about right here, the salmon needs to start moving. So we're going to set an initial move and scale keyframe. And then it's going to jump up to there. So we're going to set another one. We're going to put it back on his head where it belongs. And then right here, we're going to do another one. Put it back up on his head where it belongs. All right, but from here, it's going to go up higher. So actually, it's going to go up quickly higher. So maybe that last one I set, maybe we need to make it go all the way up now. And then also what I wanted to do is rotate a bit. So I'm going to set like there. I think that's good. So actually we want that salmon to kind of hang up there like the rice did. So I'm going to kind of stretch this out a bit. And then we're going to have it drop down just a bit as it's hanging there. And then maybe let it drop a little bit more. Not much. And maybe we need to straighten it out a bit. Nope, that's resizing it. Yeah, I think right there is good. Alright, and then when the rice starts to drop down, we're going to have this guy come down a little bit, and then it's going to rotate straight, and then it's going to drop back down all the way, and then we'll have this guy drop back down all the way. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, I think it's great. The eyes are doing something weird now, so we need to fix that. All right. What if we was to make that rice bounce a bit? I wonder what that would look like. Let's see if we can pull that off. So after he drops back down right there, we're going to set a move and scale. And then we're going to come over just a tiny bit. We're going to have him bounce up. Bounce down. Bounce up. And then bounce back down. See what that looks like. Boom, boom. Yep, that's good. Maybe it's a little fast, so we can spread these out a bit. If you hold down, long press on them, and you can kind of move them. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's better. All right. And let's see. Maybe we need that fish to kind of jump too. So, right there. Let's have him come down on the head a bit. Make it go up a bit. Up a bit. Down a bit. And down a bit. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's do the shadow too. So let's make it bounce a bit. So right here, and he bounces up. So we're going to take the shadow here. We're going to make it smaller a bit. And he drops back down, so we're going to make it big again. And then it bounces up, so we're going to make it a little bit smaller. Maybe even smaller. And then it's going to drop back down, and then we're going to make it big again. That should all match now. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, so one more thing I need to do with the eyes. When he jumps, so let's go back into our sushi group again. Our sushi rice and face group. And we're going to make these eyes go back big again after when he jumps. So right here, he jumps. So right here, we want the face to go back to those big eyes again in the round mouth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit and split it right there. Then we're going to go down here to the other eyes. Edit and split it. And then we're going to turn those on and turn the upper ones off. Alright, then we need to do the same thing with the mouth. So we're going to edit, split it, go to our other mouth and edit and split it. Turn that one on, turn that one off. And then he goes back. I think that's good. So let me see how long that animation took. So it only took about 4 seconds actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into your title again. We're going to change the duration to 4 seconds. And hit done. And now we got that one animation into 4 seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to where is the properties? I forgot where they're at. Here we are. So that third one down, we're going to do that in a loop and hit done. All right. So that is going to be it, guys. It's going to end up looping through that animation for as long as you want it to. I will leave the final animation at the end of the video, as I usually do. I hope this has helped you. If you got any questions whatsoever, I'll answer every single one of them. Just put them in the comments down below. And I will see you guys next week for another Procreate or Procreate Dreams tutorial. Take care.